Throughout history, few figures have been so deeply revered and yet so profoundly misunderstood as Jesus of Nazareth. To the exoteric mind, he is a man of flesh and blood born in a manger, crucified on a hill, and remembered for his miraculous deeds. But to the esoteric student, Jesus is far more than a historical figure. He is a symbol, a living archetype of the awakened soul, the perfected man, and the eternal Christ principle within. Jesus, in the deeper sense, is the embodiment of the divine potential sleeping within every human being. He is the Logos made flesh, the Word incarnate. In him, we see the full expression of spiritual illumination, the descent of divine intelligence into the veil of matter, for the salvation of the human soul. Jesus, in the deeper sense, is the embodiment of the divine potential sleeping within every human being. He is the Logos made flesh, the Word incarnate. In him, we see the full expression of spiritual illumination, the descent of divine intelligence into the veil of matter, for the salvation of the human soul. The story of Jesus is not merely a narrative of external events. It is an allegory of the soul's journey. The virgin birth speaks not of biology, but of purity of consciousness, the immaculate conception of wisdom in the silence of a disciplined mind. The baptism in the Jordan signifies the submersion of the ego into the waters of truth. The 40 days in the wilderness symbolize the soul's confrontation with the lower nature, the temptations of the world, and the illusions of separation. And finally, the crucifixion and resurrection are not simply the end of a life and its miraculous return, but rather the mystical death of the personal self and the triumphant rebirth of the universal spirit within. The cross is not only a torture device, it is the ancient symbol of the intersection between the earthly and the divine, between the temporal and the eternal. To truly follow Jesus is not merely to worship his image, but to walk the path he walked, to undergo the inner alchemy that transforms base nature into divine gold. He taught in parables, for truth must be sought, not handed down. He healed the sick, not simply to show power, but to reveal that divine harmony is the natural state of the soul. The Christ that lived in Jesus is not exclusive to him. It is the spark that resides within all people. Jesus came not to be worshipped as an idol, but to serve as a living blueprint of what every soul may become. He came to awaken humanity to its true purpose, the unfoldment of the divine life within, through love, wisdom, and sacrifice. Therefore, the mystery of Jesus must be approached with reverence, but also with discernment. Let us not be content with the outer shell of the story, but break it open and seek the inner light. For the Christ lives still not in temples of stone, but in the hearts of the wise, the compassionate, and the selfless. In the end, Jesus is not simply a figure of the past, he is a living symbol of eternal truth. His message transcends religion, creed, and dogma. It is the voice of the soul calling us home, reminding us that the kingdom of heaven is not found in the sky above, but within the sanctified heart of the seeker.